the feed it back question. In this short video, I'm going to show you a system that will keep you from stepping on landmines during your sales presentations. Remember, there are two types of questions in this course, the comeback question and the feed it back question. We have another video on the comeback question, so now we're going to focus on the feed it back question. Both questions are designed to help you avoid stepping on a landmine. You may have heard that in war, some landmines click when you step on them. Soldiers say it was the last sound they heard. For you, the landmine click is that of a phone being hung up. It's the last you'll ever hear from that prospect. A feed it back question is how you answer a question a prospect asks you. So before we get into examples, we have to establish the principal strategy of the feed it back question. Here it is. You do not want to answer a question from a prospect without first knowing how that person feels about the question or the topic of the question. Essentially, when you ask a feed it back question, you are saying, please tell me how to answer that question in a way that moves you closer to becoming a student of mine. For instance, when a prospect asks, what style do you teach? Most guys would just answer with their style. That's a mistake. Why? Because you don't know why that person is asking the question. Maybe they're looking for a specific style. Maybe they want to avoid a specific style. Maybe they have no clue about styles and just want to sound educated. All three, and no doubt many more motivations, could be behind that question, so you have to know the answer before you answer. When a caller asks, what style do you teach? The owner answers, Taekwondo. The caller then says, okay, bye, click. You've lost your prospect. Using the feed it back strategy, when a caller asks, what style do you teach? Your answer is there a specific style you're interested in? What the caller says next will tell you how to move the conversation closer to a close. What the caller next says is actually going to tell you exactly how to answer that question. Using the feed it back strategy, when a caller asks, what style do you teach? Your answer is there a specific style you're interested in? The caller, I'm looking for Kempo. You, what about Kempo interests you? The caller, I used to train in Kempo. What do you do if you're not at Kempo school? Find the middle ground with more questions. Find out what they liked and disliked about Kempo and build on that. So your answer now becomes, what is it about Kempo that you liked? The caller, I liked how it was based on real self-defense. You, Kempo has a long history of being self-defense oriented, and we've included some of the best Kempo concepts into our program, but we've taken it to a new level by including law enforcement-based self-defense in our school. If you like Kempo, you'll love this. All of our new students go through our introductory program. It's 2 30-minute lessons for just $19.95. Our next class is tonight at 5 or tomorrow at 6, which fits your schedule best. By feeding back to him what he liked, which was self-defense, we were able to create a bridge between what he thought he was looking for, which was Kempo, and what he was really looking for, which was self-defense. That could have never happened without using the feed it back questions. The sequence for feed it back is this. The caller asks you a question, you feed it back to get more info, they answer that question, and you start to build a bridge between what they're looking for and what you offer. You consistently work it back to closing on a good appointment for an intro. So you notice how I answered the question about Kempo and then I went for the close. Always finish by going for the close and ending with an alternate choice question or a question that will bring them to a decision as to whether or not they're going to come in for your intro. So remember that the goal of the call is always to get a good, solid appointment for the intro. Ideally, the phone call would be 2 or 3 minutes long. Here's another example from a mother calling to get info for her 10-year-old son. Caller, do you teach aggressive karate? Here's a bad answer. Oh no, we teach our kids never to use the karate unless they have to. We don't want them beating everybody up. The correct feed it back answer is, well, that's a good question. Is your son more assertive or is he a bit on the shy side? Caller, he's really shy and he doesn't stand up for himself. I want him to be more aggressive. In most cases, as in the first answer, the first example, the owner's instantly going to respond to reassure her that he doesn't teach aggressive behavior, when the truth is that's exactly what she wants. He made the mistake of making an assumption. Now, there are two ways you can get that information. You can use the feedback strategy when she first asks the question so that you can find out what the answer is. Or you can find out when she says, "Oh, I was looking for a way to make it more aggressive. Thanks, bye." Click. And you've just stepped on a landmine. I hope learning about the comeback questions and feedback questions help you to stay off those landmines. I'm John Graden. Thanks.